Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This, if I'm counting correctly, is episode 16. We've come a ways so far. So in the last episode, the characters left the Verbeek Cave and walked back to Goodmead, and nothing else happened. Right? But yeah, when Earl found out he is cursed and is having trouble sleeping, not getting that long rest in, we had an encounter with an owlbear. We may have seen a giant bird flying through the night sky. And you came back as they were having a memorial service for fallen comrades in Goodmead, and noticed that there was a traveling caravan in town that you've heard so much about before, who might be carrying a murderer in their midst.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much where we left off. So yeah, you guys came in. It was just after sunset, which is early in Icewind Dale because of the everlasting rime. Basically the whole town gathered around the docks and said goodbye to their former speaker, and also had a service for some of their militia members who had recently been taken out by an ogre that you guys helped deal with that problem. So in as much as it is a memorial, it's also kind of a celebration that the problem is dealt with. One of the people who was the main speaker at the memorial is what's his full name? A shield dwarf named Shander Froth. I don't know that you encountered Shander too much previously, but you heard he is who everyone seems to think is going to become the next town speaker. And you can see he does give a decent speech, and it does sound a little bit like a political speech in addition to a eulogy. And so you can see where he kind of has that leadership role about him. But you do know Olivessa, who you met, was the cask maker in the mead hall. She mentioned to you that some of her friends were kind of pushing her to run for speaker. And so after kind of the festivities come down, she'll kind of come back to you and just kind of ask your opinion whether she should try to be the speaker.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Earl, covering on, will ask, why do your friends want you to be speaker?
Well, they seem to think that Shander isn't very trustworthy. I don't know him that well, but I don't have any interest in it. But if I have to step in to prevent us from getting a bad leader, then I'll do it. But if I had approval from our town heroes, that might go a long way to getting the vote for me.
I mean, yeah, you have our approval if that's something that you want to do.
Well, we'll see what happens. We're gonna put it to a vote tomorrow. So if you guys are on my side, I think I'll run.
Skeptical.
What?
All right, do we create banners for you? Talk you up? Do you happen to know how to remove a curse?
And she kind of looks at Earl and just like, I don't know too much about curses. Mostly know about mead and casks and lumber and.
I mean, if you need a hype man, I'm your gal.
And she's like, this is already too much.
Dewey starts
good
like trying to like
slogans
kind
on
of
campaigns?
like softly like coming up with little like jingles for her, like a little like campaign song, like trying to like figure out good worms that rhyme with like Olavissa, like like yeah.
What's your best rhyme for all of this? I'm putting you on the spot now since you brought it up.
No, okay. Well, Dewey is working through it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wanna kiss her, Olavissa.
Not too bad. I like that.
Thank you. Practicing on my scrolls.
And the other thing that's happened in the several days since you left town is they've set up the Shrine of the Flaming Sword. They've set up the cauldron there and made it like a soup kitchen type place where people can just come and get their stew as needed.
Hey.
So far they've made it free to the town.
Who set that up?
Mostly people who were like it was a kind of a community effort, but you guys gave the cauldron to Girdle and Olavissa, so they were the ones who mostly set that up.
What about we'll go the like feminist angle here, since she's the woman, and be like, go grab your mister to vote for Olavista. Some sort of something like that, but like in a cooler way.
Okay.
In like a song that like sounds cool. There's several verses. TBD.
Olavissa, do you know of anyone outside of your friends who may have different opinions about Shander that can probably be in your favor?
Like other like dirt on him?
Yeah, not even just dirt, but just like, yeah, dirt, but also just anyone else who just doesn't want him to be speaker, will prefer someone else.
I'm not really sure. Just, and you can tell she's kind of just sad that she's kind of like thrown into this position. Like she's kind of thinking like she'll rise to it if she has to, but she much preferred the previous speaker rather than having to deal with all this. But.
Understandable.
I mean, if you don't want to win, you're not going to win, though. Like, got to be in the mindset. Like, do you want it? Because if you want it, we can make it happen. But you have to want it. If you don't want it, then why?
Well, it's not that I want it, but I don't want a worse option.
I mean, that's most politics, right?
I whispered to my friends, maybe we should form a council instead. Miss Blakey.
I mean,
are people
none of you want to be a town speaker, right? Yeah,
I've considered it.
You guys are just passing through.
Time to lay down some roots.
We'll find out tomorrow. Well, thank you guys.
I'll ask her, can we see the well, no, even if we can't see him, I will ask her before she goes for the night, anything she can tell us about the caravan that came into town, as far as like when they came in, or any information about them in general that she might know.
Oh, Torx, they came in, they set up yesterday. They've been open all day today. I think they're heading towards, they're stopping here on the way towards Dugan's Hole. They've come here every now and again. They're just a traveling caravan. They sell wares. They buy and sell, trade.
You said
You
they're
go-
leaving. They're leaving tomorrow.
I think that's what they told me. I mean, I went and browsed around. I didn't have anything that I needed. A little bit expensive, but they're bringing the products to you. So, I mean, I think they're open now. If you want to go check them out.
You probably will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She starts this wrapping up the thick wool around and heads home.
Where are we? Are we outside? Are we like in a large group of people? Like,
Yeah, I'm assuming you're in kind of that area just north of the dock, between the dock and the meat hall, basically.
Okay.
There's other people around. Some people are over at the shrine getting their stew.
are we
kind of like the it's like kind of the main event is over and people are just kind of hanging out and chatting. It's kind of a town holiday for the day, so no one has anywhere else to be.
Okay. If there's other people around, I will kind of motion the group to kind of like separate a bit, to kind of be a little bit off, and then kind of like whisper, talk like, okay guys, the Torgs are here, like how are we wanting to handle this?
/ do we want to find out more about the other potential town speaker?
I mean, whoever gets speaker of this town, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Control the mead.
Well, we've got ourselves a brewer who doesn't really want to do it but feels compelled to do it because of this guy. So that's like a red flag to me. She clearly doesn't want to do it, but she feels pressed to do it. So what's so bad about that guy that
I mean, I guess I'm just more concerned that like the Torgs are going to be harder to like catch up to and follow to. Like we need to, if they're leaving tomorrow, like we need to.
Yeah, my concern is that, like, with the tourists here, someone's going to possibly die this evening.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, why couldn't we do sort of two things at once in terms of one part scouting out what the Torgs are doing and maybe like where they're camping, where they're going to be for the night, while simultaneously maybe asking some of the townspeople about the potential new town speaker, what their thoughts are.
Yeah. I guess I just wanted to talk about how are we dealing with the Torgs? Like, what do we want to do about it? All we know about them is that potentially this guy is working for the Frostmaiden and that they're murdering people that don't follow her wishes. So, like, are we approaching them outright? Are we trying to, like, befriend them and figure out more? Like, what is our...
Or maybe we could approach it a different way. The people in the 3 towns that have been murdered, didn't they all have a connection? Like, they were all potentially people who somehow cheated the Frostmaiden, like maybe got out of the lottery. So could we find maybe somewhere in this town somebody who's potentially trying to get out of the lottery and maybe tail that person?
I can let you know. You guys know in this town they're not sacrificing people.
Okay.
So they don't have. There isn't a lottery like that. It's just on one night a month. They put out basically all sources of heat. So they sacrifice their heat for the night.
So if there's murdering, it may not happen here, in other words. Or
Yeah.
we don't know. Okay.
And that is a fair sacrifice because of the mead hall. When they put out all of the heat sources there, it gets so cold, it's likely a lot of their stuff in there isn't going to survive the night, or it's going to have a rough time coming back. So that is a reasonable sacrifice to give that to the Frostmaiden for her favor.
It would be like if someone, I could see them though, if someone didn't turn their fires off for the night or the day or whatever.
And if other townsfolk find someone who's doing that, basically they would get run out of town. Just because they don't want to bring the wrath of Aurel down on them any more than it already has.
Even just beyond the thought of like preventing a murder, the fact that this guy potentially has a direct link to the Frostmaiden, for us to be able to figure out more of what's going on. Is it really her? Why is she doing, you know what I mean? Like, this is the closest, biggest lead that we've had in this whole thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to approach it. Like, do we try to befriend them? Do we?
Let's offer something to trade, right? Are they the sellers in the caravan?
I mean, if we
You know,
go
like,
that approach, if something goes wrong, then they're gonna know that we're tailing them. We could just like watch them from afar, and if they're traveling to another town, we kind of stay behind and see what happens. Second approach.
And like hope that he like talks to her or has some communication or something like that we can see.
It's like we don't know what this guy's actions
Yeah.
are, or like how he's able to do
Yeah.
it. To see something like what he's doing.
Mhm. Well, hey, Earl, you're not sleeping tonight. Are you going to be on PI duty?
Apparently.
I mean, that might be smart, though. Maybe we just watch them tonight.
yeah, it sounds like either way we're gonna have to end up tailing them.
Yeah.
Wait, like if it's a caravan of tour, so we've got. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting about the names. We've got the like 30-year-old guy who's dressed like in a vest and almost summer clothes.
Yeah, it's Sefik Kaltra.
And then he's traveling with this band of Torgs. And is there a leader with this of these Torgs?
Yeah, her name is Torga Icevein.
So it seems to be two people that we would need to tail a little bit. Torga and then.
So basically, the information you got came from Lynn, the bounty hunter. Torga, she doesn't really have a high opinion of her. A lot of the supplies are rumored to be like stolen or fenced, and just thinks that the whole caravan is just doing shady business. But it is Sefik specifically. She thinks is doing the murders and working with Aurel, and he's with the Torgs as a basically just as a bodyguard. And then there's other people who travel with them as the merchants and people taking care of the sled dogs and so forth. So they've got a little crew there that they'll travel around with.
How about this? For right now, let's maybe split, have two of us talk to some people in the town. Two of us just do like reconnaissance, like we're shopping and like looking at your caravan to see your wares. You know what I mean? Like just preliminary like chat and see what's going on, maybe like take a better eye on things. And then I think we need to definitely watch them all night and probably follow them to wherever they're going.
That's fair.
Does that sound good?
A good
Jack, I
fact.
feel like you're going to
Yeah.
want to get in on the caravan action.
I do, but once they see me, they're not going to forget this shell. But that's fine.
It's okay.
I got things to trade.
Yeah. We've got a new place that we have. Maybe they have stuff for that. We're legit.
Would a good backup plan be like offering services to them, like as a way to travel with the caravan itself, especially since we have sheep and goats with us now?
I mean, we are not. What are we? Yeah, what are we doing with those things? Because like we're not dragging them everywhere.
Yeah.
We're not going like. It's not going to take us 3 days to travel. What should be 1 day? Like we can't do
It's
that.
okay. We're going slow too.
Is there somebody you can leave them with here?
We're trying to get them back to the inn for a little petting zoo.
May I request from the DM an estimate of how long it would take for us to go from here all the way back to Caer
Okay.
Dineval?
Where's our inn?
From Goodmead to Caer Dineval, walking at a normal speed on the road.
Our inn.
Is that right? It's not. There we go. It'd take about 6 hours.
Now add in the goats and sheep.
Yeah, I wouldn't double that time, but it would be a full day of travel.
Okay.
That's nothing. Sleep longer than that.
So it's shorter because there's a road, right? Is that what's going
Yeah.
on? Okay, because it took us forever before. Okay, it's not as
Well,
bad as
getting from Caer Dineval to Goodmead it took less than a day.
Okay.
Because you took the road. Anytime taking the road is significantly faster in Icewind Dale.
Okay. Well, we can get them at some point when we go back that direction, but I don't think we're going to be going that way, especially since if we're following the torques, they're going the opposite direction. So maybe we can leave them with, what was the girl's name that I made up?
Girdle?
Girdle? Maybe we can leave them with Girdle or possibly the trapper, Theth, right?
No, he would just eat them. You can pay to get them herded back.
Have goat skin.
We will take your cut of the gold and hire somebody to herd them back for us.
Well, so we kind of yada yada at the end of the last episode to wrap up, but I'm gonna assume that you came into town and you got them all to a stable and have them sheltered there. You're not just walking around town with these goats following you.
Maybe one or two.
Oh my god. Well, how much are the stabling fees?
I'll say
Too much.
5 copper a night for all of them.
There we go.
Highway
5 copper a
robbery.
night. They can stay here until we're going that direction. Is that fair?
I'm just gonna hire a kid for 5 copper a night. I mean, for 5 copper, he can get them down there in one night.
All right. Your subplot is that you're finding someone.
Yeah. I'll find somebody.
Okay. Well, who wants to go where? Jack wants to do caravan. Should I go too, since I'm a good talker? And
Yep.
maybe you guys do some investigating about the other potential speaker dude?
Yeah, we can do that. And then like a nighttime, I'll be on night patrol.
Yeah. You can like sit with
Need
your
to
coffee and your sandwich, in the back of a cart, and just like staking them out.
Talk
before
to
we
this.
leave. Before we leave, we need to go back to the mead factory and see if we can get a hold of druids. Or did we leave a memo with somebody? Get Earl some help.
They said they're working on it, right? At the last.
Anyone who comes through here, they don't live here. They kind of just are on a rotation, and it's probably not going to be till next month before someone is scheduled to come back in.
Oh, yeah. I thought they worked in the mead operation.
Yeah, the druids who come in, like there's basically a magical spell that they cast on the land to allow all of these plants to live here and grow in the cold environment, but it doesn't need to be done that often. It's pretty high level magic, so it just needs to basically be refreshed every month or so. So they hire the druids to come in and do that, but the druids don't live in town.
Yeah, I think based on what we learned, the best bet is that Candlekeep is working on sending us something, right? Am I remembering correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did think there could be someone in Brinchander who could help you, but you did ask Candlekeep to.
Can I check my bag and see if they responded yet?
Yeah, and you find a response.
I do. How exciting!
We'll add another letter to the letters from Candlekeep document.
Let me get there. Let me open up my letter.
And you'll immediately notice this one has a different handwriting than the previous ones you've seen.
Did you put it in a different font in here?
No, I didn't get into that.
Okay. It says, I helped the avowed scribes prepare you this spell scroll of remove curse. Take care in its casting, as it will only work once. They have included also some information regarding the barbarian tribes. Oh, okay. I have studied the amulets you sent. They are made of a crystal-like substance known as chardolin. It is a sponge soaking, it's like a sponge soaking up magic, and these are saturated with something powerful and foul. Until I find a way to cleanse them safely, we have set up a vault to contain them. If you come across more of this chardolin, you are advised to make as little contact as possible. You may send more here for containment. I request you return a sample of the substance produced by this cauldron of plenty. I have not witnessed personally a magical device so powerful as to produce nutrition reliably on this scale. I have interest in examining the results. Do you not fear of this hag returning to claim the cauldron? The avowed will respond on other matters. And this is from Piscabris. I'm probably butchering his name. Is this the second one? Or is this the information on
that was the extra information included.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of information as well.
I basically just copy pasted it from a wiki. But there's information there about
this tells you about the barbarian tribes that you were cursed from. I will hand that to Earl. And then I'll hand the scroll. Okay, so what's this? What do we got to do with this scroll?
I'll say, Dewey, you look at this piece of paper. It unrolls, and there's writing on it, but it's like almost difficult to focus your eyes on. You can't make heads or tails of it. It doesn't even look like writing. There's something there, but you can't figure it out.
Okay. I'll turn it to Earl to see, like, can you figure out what this is? Do you understand this? I'm not sure what to do with this scroll.
Oh yeah, Earl, you look at it and you can see the incantation on it written out.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen like magical language like this before.
Can I tell what language it is?
It is like Arcana runes.
Now, is it something that he can say for himself to heal himself, or does it need to be somebody else needs to?
So basically, you can, Earl, you can see the details of the remove curse spell. So I'll just And it's a 3rd level spell, casting time 1 action. It requires a touch.
Touch yourself.
But because it is a 3rd level spell, so just the game mechanics, like Dewey couldn't read it because Remove Curse isn't on the Bard spell list. But Earl can read it because it's on the Cleric spell list. But you don't have the ability to cast 3rd level spells. So there is a chance if you cast this, it won't work. Or you'd have to find someone else who can cast 3rd level spells and has Remove Curse on their class spell list.
So either I've got to level up to be able to do this, or I cast it and hope that it works.
Yeah, or we roll dice.
Great. I love all of these choices. In terms of finding someone who could cast this, does this person have to be like a cleric, a druid, or just like any level 3 anybody?
They would have to be, to not roll any dice, they would have to be a cleric, paladin, warlock, or wizard with the ability to cast 3rd level spells.
I'll try. How hard can it be?
But you don't have level 3, do you?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, Jack could do it. It would be the same roll as Earl doing it.
Yeah. Well, hey, how about if you're walking around town asking about that guy, walk around town, see if anybody is
a level 3 who's willing to
wizardy.
Okay.
I write that down in the scroll. Wizard.
Just a sign that says ISO wizardy, and just walk around and see.
Wizard for hire.
Yeah.
And shepherd. Shepherd wizards. We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh man.
This is just your recruiting. You're in looking for group chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're trying to ask around the townsfolk looking for someone with some casting ability, go ahead and make an investigation check.
And I'm still doing it at disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Maybe we should help you investigate. Have somebody else investigate instead of you.
At least +4, so maybe.
16.
Oh. Well, just in case, I did it with disadvantage 13.
I rolled a 16 to help.
Yeah, mingling through the crowd here, there's a lot of fishermen, there's some other hunter-trappers, and a lot of people who work in the meat hall. None of the people you talk to know much about magic, fortunately.
I didn't think so. We're not really in a magic-y town.
Yeah, there are a couple of people who could do some cantrips, but that's all you found here.
Does anything come up when we ask, like, hey, do you know of the closest place? Like, where would you go if you needed somebody to help with something like this?
Probably East Haven would be closest, but Bryn Shander, you're more likely to find an expert on something. Because if I look at them, I think East Haven's a little bit closer than Bryn Shander. Might be wrong. Check. Yeah. East Haven is where if people need the accommodations of a larger city, most people would head there. Or if they need, unless they need like the safety of the walls of Bryn Shander, or if they really need to go to the trade center.
Which is not the direction that we would be going soon. How far away is East Haven again?
East Haven's like 8 to 9 miles away. Yeah, but it's like close to 9 miles away. Not quite.
So not that far, because it's closer than the other one that was a 6-hour.
Going that 9 miles on the road. Yeah, it's not that far. It's only like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. So, like, if we have to, we can go there tomorrow. You know? We'll just be maybe a day behind following the guys to Dugan's Hole, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will say if I get to a second level of exhaustion, I will probably want to just try the cast myself and maybe somebody blesses me.
Yeah, I can.
Bardic
I can give you
inspiration and all that.
Yeah, if you want to just go ahead and try it. Because the alternative, what would be going to Bryn Shander to see if someone could help anyway. So
Yeah.
why not?
And
Let's do it.
Pearl says,
Let's do it.
you know what? I want to
Bardic
sleep.
inspiration.
I want to sleep for 24 hours.
Bam. You're inspired.
That's like
6.
a D4?
6.
Okay. Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Even better. Okay. All right. So what am I rolling?
So your spell casting ability is... What is it? I think it's Wisdom.
I think so.
Yeah, Wisdom. So make a Wisdom check with disadvantage.
Okay.
As you read out the spell
Right.
scroll and you touch yourself.
Okay. So not a saving throw, just a general wisdom check.
Yep.
Okay. And gulp. All right. So that would be a 21 with the +4 modifier. 3 and thank God 17. So 20. 20 the disadvantage, please.
Okay.
With-
and
with
you
the- that's
added
with the
your
bardic.
inspiration.
Inspiration.
Okay. So with the 20, you're casting a third level spell.
Second, sorry, I didn't add the +3 for both of them, so that's a 23 actually.
Okay. And you see all the words on the scroll just fade away, and the whole paper just crumbles. So the spell seems to have been cast. You don't really feel anything different, but
We're all just like staring at you like,
Okay. Do I feel like I've got a second buddy here? Okay.
yeah,
well,
nothing feels different, but you've cast remove curse.
would Jack be able to see if there was a second thing? Would that come up under? I know Jack has done like his divine sense.
Oh, he might.
I don't have that prepped.
Oh,
Divine sense is not a spell. You can just do it 3 times per long rest.
Where are those listed? For actions?
I see it under features and traits, but it's also under actions. It's in both places.
Oh, okay. Well, divine sense.
Divine sense. I'm checking one more thing before I tell you something.
When was the last time we rested?
Earlier this morning, you
Earl just
you camped out in the woods.
he says this.
we or you or everybody? Like what?
Everybody.
Okay, so you sense from Earl a fiend and an undead.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He's back. There's something else.
Are you double cursed because you took both of them?
Yep.
2 of them?
Oh God, no! You're double cursed because you took both things. Because you had to take both. If someone had taken one and someone took the other, it would have been fine.
I'm so glad. I was like grabbing, and then Earl just like snatched it right in front of me.
Great.
Well, looks
That
like
could
we'll
have
be
been
going
me.
for Shander soon.
So does that
I need
mean
to go there.
like 3 beings now? Do I only have 2, or was this like I've removed half of a curse?
No, as far as you can tell, the spell worked, and you've removed the curse.
Can I test this out by going to? Is it Yethel?
Who?
The lady that we spent the night with before the trapper collected us.
Oh,
Gretel.
Gretel. Yeah, Girdle, something like that.
Can I go to Girdles and just see if I can sleep?
Yeah. It is still earlier in the evening, but you are very tired. You can, if you want to go rest, you will quickly fall asleep. So.
All right. Yeah, I think Earl's gonna want to go to sleep for like 20 hours.
So yeah, Earl retires early for the evening.
Okay. Well, I think we should go to talk to these Torgs then.
Not a bad idea.
All right, Jack, you lead the way.
Okay.
You're our
Staff. Start out.
you're the money man.
What are we gonna trade when we get there? Any more of those sponge amulets?
We are not giving those away.
You guys could keep
I
one.
You
thought
already
gave them
gave
all
them the
away
candle
anyway.
Well, they're evil already.
Didn't we keep one? Didn't somebody keep one?
The person who's asleep right now.
Is
we
that
threw 'em
also
all in
maybe
the-
adding to your problems here?
Threw them in the cart.
Or wait a second. I forgot if I have one. I think I recommended that one of us keep one. I can't remember if it was me.
Oh, we put them all in the cart and then sent one back.
Hmm.
You guys said you were keeping one, so you guys decide who has it.
Hmm.
I think we should send them all. It literally said, do not touch it. Make as little contact as possible. Send more here for containment.
Put it around a sheep's neck.
Oh my God, no. No.
Evil
It
sheep.
looked fancy.
No.
I do not need a demon sheep.
I think whoever, after I read that, whoever had it, I snatched it from them and threw it in the bag. Just got rid of it.
That's fine.
So now they have all of them.
Except-
Not battling a demon sheep today.
The one buried in the sheep fluff you missed.
Oh God, no. I'm taking it.
No, I'm going to say Earl probably had it, and Dewey got it from Earl before Earl left.
Yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, let's feel out these Torgs, you know? Just we don't have to trade anything if we don't like. We're browsing, we're perusing, we're checking them out, you know, chatting them up, doing some basic reconnaissance here.
Play it cool, Dewey. Every time I try to get a deal together, you're blowing it.
Do you
Want
want
to play a song or something?
Do you want to be wheeling and dealing, or do you want to be more like in the shadows? Because like if this goes wrong, they're going to remember y'all, and the 3 of y'all are going to be standing out like sore thumbs, probably.
I
in
mean,
this town.
I'm not planning on doing anything bad. There's no like something to go wrong. I just want to go see what they have in their shop, like talk to them, just get a basic vibe for things. And like we're going to be following them from a distance at a later time. I'm not planning anything crazy. It is what it
we'll
is.
Be fine.
They know
Earl.
we're even if they see us following them at some later point, they'll know that we're adventurers and we're traveling around, you know? So
Yeah. Do you want us to pick you up something?
Coffee. Lots of coffee.
no, you're wanting to go to sleep. What are you talking about?
No, this is for when I wake up. I'm going to still want more sleep, I can tell.
Okay. Let's see what you want.
I'll just come with you guys because.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Earl, you gonna be all right by yourself?
Can I ask about the speaker later?
On my way to girls, if I pass by some townspeople, I'll ask them about what they think of the potential new town speaker.
I want you to focus on sleep, Earl.
No, like, he's like walking. He's not making an effort. He's just like, if he sees somebody passing by, he'll ask.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll hear that they seem hopeful that Shander will make a good town speaker.
Do they know anything about him?
He's been, what does he do? I think he's a hunter.
Anything about his affiliations, perhaps, or groups he's associated with?
Do I have his name wrong? Okay. Shandar with an A instead of Shander with an E like Bryn Shander. Shandar Froth. Oh, he's a logger. So yeah, he's a hard worker. He's brings in a lot of the wood we use around the town. It's good firewood. He frequently makes business trips up to Bryn Shander and Targos, makes trades. He's been helping sell the mead. He just seems like a decent dwarf.
Okay. Smile, nod, Earl goes to sleep.
All right. We'll come back to you. So everyone else heads up to where Torgs has set up several tents. You can see there they have 3 dog sleds packed full of stuff parked nearby, and tents set up around. They have a couple tents, seems to be like where they're staying themselves, and they have 2 tents set up with their wares. You do see a dwarf in one of the front tents who you assume to be Torga. And several other humans are around. Right now you see 3 of them nearby. It's an outdoor shop. Goods are unpacked and displayed in crates. And it did, since there's a fair amount of snow still collecting on top. No, I'm guessing no, because they arrived yesterday. It wasn't snowing, so never mind about snow. They are flying a flag. It seems to be the company's emblem, which is a gold wolf's paw on a black field. And you see goods set up for sale, including cut wood, flint and tinder, flasks of whale oil, blankets, furs, rations, bottles of wine, casks of ale, various medicines, and they have poisons for killing vermin, and they have like teas and other little odds and ends.
All right.
Are there many shoppers? Is it busy or just us?
At the moment, it's just you. I think almost the entire town was down at the dock, and a few people have since gone back to their homes. But I think most of the town is all kind of gathered together. So they were still here. They're kind of just cleaning up, and it's already dark out. So they're mostly just kind of assuming the day is over. But they're still open.
Want to go in separate?
No, we can go in together. Good evening.
Hello, welcome to Torx. Is there anything I can help you with?
No, just browsing. We just got back into town. I don't know if you heard.
You're the adventurers who killed the giants.
Yes, well,
that's exciting.
Yes, we are.
Do you have any
What's-
seaweed for sale?
Seaweed, not that I know of, but we could potentially acquire some for you. What are you looking to get?
Oh, this powdered seaweed. A recipe I'm working on.
In what quantity?
Not this much.
I'll see what we can do. We have some partners in Bryn Shander who might be able to trade for that. Are you staying here?
Passing through.
So are we. So we might not be able to make a deal today, but if we see each other again, then we might be able to make a deal next time.
Oh, really? Where are you headed?
We're on our way through to Dugan's Hole and then back up towards Caer Dineval, Caer Konig.
I've been through there. You go that way often?
Oh, we try to make a loop around all the 10 towns.
I'm looking at the furs while he's talking.
Okay, yeah, there is a variety. Some larger, some smaller, different patterns. There's at least one that comes from an animal. You're not sure what it comes from.
Okay. Is there one that complements my fur?
Make an investigation check.
I'm like gray and white stripe, so there's something that's kind of like gray and pretty that might add. That's a 14.
You find something that you think would work, kind of like a shawl that goes over your shoulders. It's a darker gray.
Okay.
Seems like it might be something you could work with.
That like would keep me warmer. Is that? Okay. How much for this?
That is an excellent choice. That one is going to be 1 gold and 2 silver.
I'll look at.
Nervously look at Jack.
I just look at Jack because it's like Jack's like has all my money and I don't really care. So I look at him like it's almost like, Daddy, can I get it? Like that's.
Not a good
Oh,
deal.
like this too. Like
I just put my hand out like to him, like okay, and just like
It's 12 silver.
Go ahead and
One gold, 2 silver.
oh, your money. Hand it over. 1 gold, 12 silver. Not even gonna try to talk them down, Dewey.
It's 1 gold, 2 silver. So a gold is 10 silver. So
There you go, Dewey. It's your money.
I mean, if you hand me a gold, I'll see if she'll just take a gold. You know what I mean? Like,
I hand you a gold and 2 silver.
okay, I'll give it to her.
it's good making a deal with you.
Is there anything?
I'm like putting it on and like fluffing the collar, you know.
Is there anything like that you use to keep you awake on long trips? Teas, coffees, anything like that?
Yeah, they have a variety of teas,
What do you have there?
and none of them are labeled. But she'll say this is some of the finest black tea in all of 10 towns. I can guarantee it.
Are there any green?
No, you don't see anything that's green tea. There's some that's a blend that could be anything.
Any tobaccos?
They have some halfling pipe weed, basically.
I'll take the mixed tea. And well, how much is it going for?
Each of it's like a small pouch of tea. It'll probably make like two or 3 servings, and that is going for 8 silver each. And the pipe weed is going for 2 silver for each little container. Actually, also say, well, you guys are adventurers. You're in dangerous situations often, right? So we do have these healing potions you might be interested
Ooh.
Yeah, I may need to stock up.
How much you gonna charge us for that? Your tea's outrageous.
in. The healing potions are 100 gold pieces each.
100 gold pieces.
I thought the normal like 50 gold another in like Burn Chander.
Earl's not
That
here.
should make
Sorry, that's supposed to be there. Sorry.
that should make 2 of me.
Earl has a
100 gold
dream
pieces.
about haggling about. No, but in Princeton it was only 50.
So we only have these 3. I don't know that you're going to find a better deal here in Goodmead.
Oh, I could grind that myself for a quarter of the price. I just walk away and look at other stuff, shaking my head.
What kind of fur was my shawl?
You don't know.
Oh, I don't even recognize it. What the hell did I buy?
You can look at some just some kind of animal fur.
Huh. I'm gonna like attract some weird creature to me, aren't I? I'm gonna get attacked by it later. There's no like check I could do to see if I might know.
So the problem is I don't know.
Oh.
It's just I have a line item that says furs. So make up what would Dewey buy? Just
I'm thinking a gray would probably some kind of like wolf fur.
sure. I could be direwolf.
Buy it without knowing.
Dire wolf.
Premium direwolf fur.
There we go.
But yeah, Torga tries to be like the polite salesperson, but is probably used to customers not being interested. So and handles the situation with Jack without too much dismay.
All right. Well, I come back and I say, I'll give you 4 silver and a single silver piece for the pipe weed.
So your deal is 5 silver. Make it 7 and we have a deal.
I'll go 6.
Make a persuasion check.
Mm.
9.
She's not going for 6. You said 7 silver. I can't go any lower.
I'll just walk away.
Okay.
Can I? What was it that he was trying to buy?
He was trying to buy tea and pipe weed.
Can I walk up and be like, "What about for me though?" And like, kind of like fluff my like pretty fur shawl. And like, can I roll a persuasion?
Make a persuasion check.
That's going to be a 19.
In a combination with your other purchase, I'll let you have it for the 6 silver.
I'll like turn to
Heck.
I give it
6.
to her. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be cheeky and keep the stuff for now, but I'm going to give it to Jack later. So what's kind of, I think as we're like talking and moving around, like I'm going to be looking for like, what's everybody else doing? Like, where's that guy? Like, what type of stuff is he doing? Like, see if we can kind of like creep on them while we're like talking and looking at things.
Make a perception check.
16.
I assume by that guy you mean Suffolk Caltro?
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw him earlier attending the memorial service.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, looking around, he is kind of out back attending to some of the sled dogs with a couple other humans at the moment. He seems to be just doing stuff with the team here.
So this is a dwarf and human operation? Is that it?
Torga is the only dwarf here. Everyone else is human, as far as you can see.
Okay. I just wrote down shady dwarf traders, but maybe that was just her.
So ask, okay, how long have y'all been in business?
We've been traveling for the better part of 5 years.
Oh, you the owner?
Yes. Before that, we had a more permanent station in Bryn Shander, but we started to move our operation on the road, take the products to the people.
How have you been handling with this winter? Has it affected business at all?
It's been more difficult to get around, but in some ways it's helped business because other people can't get around. So.
If we come across stuff on our travels, would you be interested in trades?
Certainly. What kinds of stuff?
What kind of stuff? What kind of stuff do you looking for?
I take out my agate gemstone. Anything like this, maybe?
And so like, may I?
Of
and
course.
So I reach for it, and she takes it and examines it. Like that is an interesting item. How much are you looking for that?
Uncle Jack? Uncle Jack, what do you need?
Jack, that smile.
I believe it is worth around 10 gold, if I'm remembering correctly.
Is that the one from the Verbeek Cave, or is that from
Yes.
previous?
Yes.
From
Okay.
the cave.
Yep.
About 20 gold pieces.
Ah,
And she just kind of laughs at you.
You know what we had to do to get this? This isn't any a gate.
And she goes, the most I believe I'd be able to sell this for is 8 gold pieces, and I would need to make some profit on it for it to be worth my time. So the most I would offer you is 6 gold pieces.
Yep, but this came out of a king's treasury. This has history.
No,
Documentation.
make a deception check.
You can see this. Okay. 9.
So who is this king?
I think it was a queen, actually.
I looked at Dewey.
I don't know.
You know. Oh, scratch my head. What was her name?
Is we don't know the name, but it was some old barbarian war queen.
Yeah, we found it in abandoned ruins. Just north of here.
So this wasn't a living king or queen's chamber. You've robbed a tomb.
No, it was just laid. It wasn't in the tomb.
I don't believe that that adds anything to the value of this gem. It is a nice piece, but it is not going to gain more than 8 gold pieces of value. So if you'd like me to take off your hands, I will give you 6.
I'm fine with 6.
Okay, yeah, she'll trade you 6 gold pieces for the gemstone.
You keeping your gold?
Do you have 15 more agate stones so you can get 1 healing potion?
I wish.
Jesse, you were frozen like on this face, and it was really great because I was like, I just imagined that was just his like Jack's face the whole time was just
The Picard meme. Oh, I mean, I'll kind of pull y'all to the side. Do we really need the potions?
I mean, I used all of mine. I think mine says 0. Does anyone still have theirs?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, mine says quantity 0. I've used mine.
I'll give you mine. Let's keep our gold. We'll get it cheaper somewhere else.
I don't think it's urgent that we have one. I mean, I have healing.
Me too.
You have some healing. It's not like we're completely out of anything.
I'm gonna go back to the lady and was like, did she believe that we got it out of a tomb or something?
She didn't really understand your story. She doesn't think it's as important as you're saying it is.
It wasn't from the tomb anyway. It was from like the ogre's hoard.
Oh. I say, surely you've come across tombs and treasure before your travels.
We should have given the cursed things
I literally just thought that.
So then they can be cursed instead of Earl.
No, there's still the one on the sheep.
No, not those. The stuff that's making her not sleep.
Oh.
Sell those to her. She would give us a lot of money for those.
Are there any other salespeople I can talk to get better prices? I'm not saying that out loud. I'm saying, are there any other salespeople?
Oh.
Not really. Like Torgo's the one who makes all the deals.
It's like you just
Okay.
asked to speak to the manager when you're speaking to the manager. Like,
What do you use the whale oil for?
Most people use it for lanterns, or some people have like stoves that they light up and start a fire with it.
Ask her if she's ever seen a whale.
I've not been to the Sea of Moving Ice, no.
Are we all aware of the presence of a guy whose name I keep forgetting?
Sefik?
Yes.
Yeah, you saw him. He's not like in this tent with you guys, but he's around.
Okay.
poor Sefik. He's so memorable yet so forgettable.
His name.
We're all like, that guy.
I kind of just like want to wander around and see if I can like catch a look at him, see if I can notice anything off about him.
Yeah, he is easy to pick out when you see him, because everyone else is all bundled up in winter gear, and he is not.
Oh. So, are you looking to like contractors to bring you things? You said you'd be willing to buy with curiosity, right?
If you have items of value that could be sold to the people,
All right.
then absolutely.
I found these after an arduous trek into the Forbidden Caves. And then with a long build-up, I pulled out the sketchy rations. Ask, put it on the counter, and then pause. What do you think about that?
I think you need to take that garbage out of my tent, please.
Torches? I have torches.
Torches we can sell.
It'd be 1 gold piece.
I'm going to look up what the actual value of a torch is. I think it's way less than that.
I was going to say.
Yeah, no. She would buy all of your torches for 2 copper.
Bought a scarf. Interested in a scarf?
Scarf would again buy about 3 copper.
For 1 silver.
No one's going to buy this scarf for 1 silver. And whatever I buy it from you for, I have to make money on it and sell it for more. So
Okay. I'm frustrated and leaving.
she's used to having a conversation like that. Any resale merchant has to make a profit on it. So the people who are trying to sell stuff for a good deal, there's no way you can get a good deal.
Or I'm the resale merchant. I walk away.
I'm kind of following like Kashesi, like walking around and more like looking at everybody else and what they're doing.
I go back and ask her if she ever seen a tundra cake before.
I've seen the shop in Brinchander, if that's what you're talking about. I've not tried it. Any good?
I have one. You can try. 10 silver pieces.
No thanks. I'll try it myself the next time I'm in town.
Okay. I'll just catch up with the other people.
The week-old baked goods are a tempting offer, but
So what sort of things are Suffolk doing? Is he just like
you see them moving crates of supplies and stuff and organizing some things. It seems like some of it's they're packing up. There was like a second tent that they're starting to take down. So they're gonna close up for the day and head out tomorrow. So it's mostly like packing up supplies and organizing things. And
I forgot we were gonna have Earl stay up and watch them all night. And now Earl's sleeping.
they got some crates they're setting down on the sled and like strapping them up. Altogether, you see about 5 people, and that's including Suffolk, working on stuff out here.
Okay.
Are we keeping our distance?
Yeah, I assume you guys are basically just on the main road there, waiting for Jack, and you're just kind of standing off to the side, but you can see next to the tent everything they're doing.
I'll catch up to him and ask Dewey and Kanchesi, are we gonna like talk to him or just watch him?
Open to conversation. Like, is he a bit more stoic than his colleagues?
So far as watching, they have little discussions about what they're doing, but for the most part, they kind of all seem on task.
I mean, I kind of want to watch for now to see if he does anything. Let's kind of like walking away, like back down the street to where the house is, so we can kind of like talk more.
I thought of one more thing. I'm going to run back up to the counter.
Yes.
Do you have any locks?
Let me check in my sled, and she'll step out for a moment. And see if she has one. Yeah, she comes back with an array of, there's 4 of them. 2 of them are smaller, something that you would put on like maybe a small chest or something like that. And then there's 2 that seem more heavy duty. And all of them are key locks, and they come with a key.
Will they be upgrade from our current in lock?
The bigger ones look like they probably would be.
Which are they?
Let's see, I think they are, off the top of my head, I think they're more than a gold a piece, but I don't know how much.
I want to check the price on one other thing too.
Oh yeah, they're way more. Okay, so the smaller ones are 10 gold pieces a piece, and the larger ones are 20 gold pieces a piece.
From my knowledge, is this like a fair price?
Assuming that they're of good quality, it's only slightly expensive. It's not like if you went to where you were in Baldur's Gate, you'd probably find people selling them for around the same price.
Okay, so 20 for the nicer one?
Yeah, so that does seem to be a markup, but not an extraordinary markup.
Okay.
It's probably for Jack's wanting to be frugal. It probably like annoys you, but you also realize you're in good mead. There isn't there isn't any other store here selling anything like this, so it's
all right, how about 15 gold, and I'll throw in the scarf.
And make a persuasion check.
11?
She'll knock it down to 19 gold and 5 silver.
Come on, we already gave you business. Make it 18, and we'll talk about this chainmail.
Sure.
I hold my hand out. Okay.
Yep. She'll take your chainmail and 18 gold for a
Oh
lot.
no. Oh no. The chainmail is a different deal.
Oh. You're looking to sell your chainmail.
How much is that?
Your chainmail, you would know it to be worth about 75 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll start at 80.
No, she won't buy it for any more than 35.
Easy.
For the same thing, like her whole business, she's not about to buy stuff at cost, let alone above cost.
Okay.
Because she needs to make money off of it when she's not. She's selling products around 10 towns, and she'll probably sit and trying to explain this to you for like a third time. Like we're selling products to the people of 10 towns. Most of them have no need for chainmail. This is going to sit in my cargo for months to years. That I have to carry it and feed my sled dogs to pull it from town to town. It's going to cost me money just to hold on to this until I finally sell it, and maybe sell it for what it's worth. So I can't buy it from you for that much money and still make a profit.
Okay. I'll say 16 gold for the lock, and I'll go away.
You can just go away.
God, she's brutal.
Almost gonna like take that lock and run. I hand over 17 gold and don't say anything.
She
While reaching for the lock.
She's gonna ask for another 2 gold. She sits there and counts it.
Okay, I'll do the 18 and 5 silver.
Okay.
All right. I go back to my party.
All right. And as Jack walks away with this lock, you hear her call out to one of her companions, and I assume you guys are kind of paying attention to what's going on, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So you basically, she's having them check to make sure the money is good. They don't trust that Jack gave them a fair deal.
All right. Never see her again. Okay. Back to the party. Y'all believe her?
I just look at Kashesi and just like.
I'm surprised she's still in business.
So we'll start walking back, because isn't it down the street is where we're staying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start walking back, and I'll kind of just like start the conversation like, so what do you guys think? Like, should one of those watch them all night, see if they do anything late at night? I don't mind staying up all night and not getting sleep for the sake of watching them, if we have to.
Yeah, it's gotta be at least one of us, because it can't be Jack, unfortunately.
No,
I reckon from a distance.
I think I could probably stealth pretty good. So I can do that and see if anything happens tonight. And then tomorrow we can decide if we're following them to Dugan's Hole? Dugan's pole. What is it?
Dugan's Hall.
Pole. Okay. Something of Dugan's. We're gonna go follow them to. Although then no, we have to go to Bryn Shander to get the curse away.
Second half.
Well, how about this? Let me just watch them tonight, see if anything interesting happens, and then we'll go from there. Does that sound like a good plan?
Sounds good.
If that's the plan, I will kind of break off from the group and then go around through the houses and around back. And they're in that corner, right? Like,
Yeah, they're kind of set up like up here.
yeah.
You see that?
I'm gonna go to like behind the house around the left or like the trees, and I'm gonna just whatever. I prefer the trees, but if I need to go to either this house or that tiny little house and sneak and hide behind, I will do that, whatever gives me the best vantage point. So my idea is to sneak and hide and watch.
Okay. If you climb up into a tree, you find out that that is a decent place to be. It is very cold. There's wind coming through, and there's basically no shelter from the cold.
Good thing I just bought a
Oh,
dire wolf coat that's keeping me warmer than
It's
I
helping.
would have.
It's helping, along with your regular cold weather clothing. But if you're going to stay here for like the whole night,
Yeah.
there's going to be some dice rolls to see how cold
Okay.
you get. So you're okay there for now, but you're already feeling pretty cold.
So I'll make a thing that if I know I'm doing this and I'm staying in the cold, I'm gonna take my thermos and I'm gonna go fill it up at the soup kitchen with the soup to warm me through the night. How about that?
So the way the cauldron works is it heats up the stew, but as soon as the stew is removed, it cools at a normal rate.
But I have a thermos that should
Okay.
keep it.
That'll help a little bit.
I'm just trying to take what I can here, okay? All right.
Okay. And
So I will perch on my tree.
Jack and Shazi, if you head back to Girdle's house, you're welcome to stay there again, and you see Earl already sleeping across the floor. So you kind of had like a living room area you had cleared aside to sleep there.
Yeah, I cover Earl with my bear pelt and just find a spot to sleep.
And there's a nice fireplace.
Step outside.
Earl turned over.
Step outside and see if I see like people around.
By this time, most of the people are kind of heading home. You probably do hear a few in the distance still having their stew and chatting, but most of the town's going to bed.
I'll hang out there for a bit and then come inside later.
Okay. I'll say after 10 minutes, you've seen one couple walk by.
Oh, that's that couple if they know any good herders. Herdsmen.
As far as like keeping animals,
As far as my sheep back.
yeah, the stable where you left them is the best place in town for them. The stable master there is a good guy. Was that all?
Do I have any meat left in my cask?
I'm sure you guys could have had as much meat as you wanted to get. So if you filled up like I don't know if you have like a water canteen. I don't know what's in your equipment. If you had a container, you could have filled it up with as much meat as you want.
Okay. I'm going to bed now.
All right. So Earl, you've found sleep and rest finally, but you do have some dreams.
Come on.
So as before, you were kind of on the tundra, surrounded by other kind of ghostly tribe members. You're kind of back there, but you've just watched them fighting off beasts. Some that you know, like wolves, dire wolves, bears, polar bears, owl bears, other
Saber-tooth cats.
yeah, yetis. This group of people, they have a simple life, just kind of trying to survive, but they have to fight for it. There's lots of dangers as they roam around. And you see as they're trying to follow this herd of reindeer to keep as their food source, but they can't kill all the reindeer because then they're out of food. So they're constantly trying to live in that balance. And then it kind of jumps to something even more ferocious. It's a war. There's orcs. Everyone is fighting. And after some time, it kind of goes dark. And you seem to wake up on the tundra by yourself and look around, and all the others that were around you are dead. And there's a bunch of orcs that are dead. And it seems that, did you die? I'm unsure. People kind of thought you were dead and probably left you. But you're kind of alone here. And the next thing you notice is that it's summer. Like, it's warm out. You haven't seen that in, it feels like years, but just since you came to Icewind Dale. So standing up, yeah, it's weird that there isn't snow. And you're just looking around, you see the mountains to the distance, so you kind of get your bearings. But it's just a lot of flat land and just this cool wind howling all the time. But you do see kind of one kind of strange object on the horizon. It's this kind of protrusion out of the ground closer to you. It's not in the mountains. It just kind of looks like it doesn't belong there. It's not a building. It's not a rock formation. You're not quite sure. But something kind of flashes and catches your eye nearby to it. So you walk over, and you see it's kind of there's a little bit of like rough grass, but you see something kind of gleaming. You look, and it's half buried in the soil, and you pick it up, and it's that pearl of power you have. And right next to it, it was further buried, is that wand with the War Maiden. Then it kind of cuts to another encounter with these creatures, and you're using these tools to just decimate the creatures. And your kind of fellow ghostly tribemen are with you now. And so it seems like with this power, your tribe is now starting to prosper again. You probably have some scenes where you see the defeat of the orcs. Then there comes a time when there's kind of another big conflict, but it doesn't seem to be with these beasts or with orcs, but it's with a different tribe. And you see another conflict there. But then suddenly you look up, and there's something in the sky. You didn't get to see what it was. It was kind of this large, shadowy thing, and then you wake up. For actual wake up, you're Earl again, and you get a long rest.
Oh, thank God. Can I do, like, I don't know if this is the right thing, like a history check to see if I can tell whether, like, was that, like, something that actually happened or know anything about that tribe?
Sure.
Or any parallels to history?
Sure. Make a history check.
Oh, and I no longer have to do the disadvantage thing?
No, because if you took a long rest, you got rid of that point of exhaustion.
$18.
18. So, if Dewey handed you the information she got from the letter about the tribal people, that's something you could look through. We don't need to go read it through all right now. But this felt like just like memories from someone else that were playing through your mind. It's what it seems like. And it seemed to match. There were kind of drawings in that cave that kind of showed like using these weapons of power. But yeah, it's kind of just strange fragments of information from another lifetime.
Dewey isn't here, so I can't go to her backpack or anything, correct?
I would have given it to you because you're the one that asked for info on it. I handed it to you.
You handed the information at the backpack, right?
Yeah.
You still have the backpack with you, Dewey?
Yeah, I have the backpack with me, but I would have, I handed her that note and the curse scroll, together.
Okay. But yeah, since you went to sleep much earlier, you wake up. Jack and Kashezi are still asleep. It is dark out, but it's often dark out, so you're not quite sure what time it is. But you get that you've probably woken up a bit early.
Okay.
But you did succeed in your long rest.
Ooh, my one event of the night. Is it like early morning or middle of the night or I don't?
You're not sure. You probably get it's maybe like 4 or 5 a.m. somewhere in there by the time you wake up. So let's jump back to Dewey. What have you been doing in the meantime?
I'm on stakeout duty. I'm up in a tree, sipping my stew, eagle-eyeing, watching Sefik. I essentially want to watch him the whole time. So if I don't have a view from that perch, I would move to whatever.
You can see if they went into a tent, you can see their tent from there, but you definitely can't see with what's going on within the tent.
They're in a tent?
Yeah.
I'm going to sneak up outside it and see if I can listen in.
Okay.
Then.
For being out in the cold, I'm going to make you make a Constitution saving throw, but I'm giving you I'm making it easier because of your extra layers and your warm stew.
Okay. 16.
16, yeah, you're fine. You do hear them a little bit. It seems like they're just kind of making plans for the morning to pack up their remaining things and head out. Nothing else there they're talking about seems There's no juicy details here. But they seem to have gone to sleep.
Okay. Are they all together in one tent?
Yeah, it's a bigger tent where 6 of them are. Torga seems to have her own tent that's smaller.
I don't know if I'd be ballsy enough to try to like look in his stuff. I'll just kind of like stay around there then to keep just listening if he does do anything or anything happens.
Okay. Now I'm gonna, since you are staying awake all night, I'll make you have the Constitution saving throw this time, just to avoid exhaustion for not resting.
Another one. 15.
Okay, you are still fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you kind of just wait in outside near this tent in the cold. I think you have to try really hard not to like start humming.
Just like, yeah, to like keep myself awake. Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's make a perception check.
Okay. That is 20.
Yeah, it's cold. You're out here. You're being still. It feels like you've been here for so long. But you do hear movement. It seems like someone has left the tent on the other side.
I'm going to creep around to see who it was.
And yeah, you see Cephik Caltro walking out.
I am following him.
Again, not wearing any jacket. He seems like he put on a shirt under his vest, but otherwise not just for cold weather, but also not bothered by it. He's just kind of walking down the street.
Okay. I'm gonna stealth behind him from a safe distance.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
And like I imagine like I'll be like sticking to the walls of the houses or like any sort of corners I can take advantage of.
Sure.
Okay, come on. Okay, 17.
17, okay. You watch as he heads towards the west, down that basically down the street.
Okay.
Down that way. And yeah, you stay behind a good ways, but then kind of do a quick, delicate sprint from like one building to the next as he keeps going. So far, he doesn't seem to notice. He's not walking at a super fast pace. He's kind of just walking down the street.
Okay, I'm following him.
It is pretty dark tonight. There is light from the aurora, but the moon isn't giving off a ton of light tonight. And at this late, most people have their fires put out.
But he can see okay?
He doesn't seem to be having any trouble.
It's interesting if he's a human that he can like see in the like darkness.
He comes all the way to the end of the road where they intersect here.
Okay.
And comes to this house.
Okay.
And you see he walks up to the door, and he pulls out something. He's picking the lock on the door.
I I get up closer, and before he can do anything else, I just say, "Oh, hello. How are you doing? Wow, you're up early. What? It's so hard to tell the time. So dark all the time."
He does not respond to you. He keeps picking the door lock.
Excuse me. Do you know the family who lives here?
And he succeeds at picking the door lock, opens the door, and walks inside.
I follow him.
Okay.
Like I'm like close to him. Like I'm like I had like come up close to be like, excuse me, like.
Yep.
And he's not listening to me?
No, he's not paying attention to you.
I start yelling at the top of my lungs and start screaming like, thief, thief, robbery, robbery.
But did you walk inside with him, or did you?
Yeah, like I'm following behind him, screaming.
Okay.
Robber, robber. I won't go through the threshold. Like I'll stand in the threshold because I don't want to be seen as I'm the robber.
Okay. So yeah, he disappears into the house.
Is anyone responding to my screaming?
Not yet.
I'll yell at him to stop, like from the door frame. And like, what are you doing here? Does he like keep just going inside?
Yeah, he's already inside. You can't see him now. He went inside.
Do I know whose this house was? Like, did we meet would I have known like who lived here?
I don't think you actually know, but I'll let you roll for it to see if you would have learned any information from the house. Yeah. Let's make an investigation check.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, okay. This was the previous speaker's house.
Oh, so no one is in here. I'm gonna yell like, thief at the speaker's house, help! And then I'm gonna run and follow him inside.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
Oh god.
Because as soon as you run inside, he goes to attack.
I couldn't like walk away. 14.
Okay, just barely. Like as soon as you run in the door, he's like right there. He was like just waiting for you right on the other side of the door.
Okay.
You have an action before he attacks.
Okay.
He had a 13 on initiative.
If he's right there in front of me, like right in front of my face, I think my reaction would just be like do like some like claw attack. And I think, well, you know what? I think I'm probably going to just tackle him and try to like restrain him. Actually, yeah, that would be my instinct.
Okay. And so yeah, let's say throw the image in chat. You jump in and you see him there.
Uh-huh. Okay. Looks scary.
Look at the eyes.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to like barrel into him and like tackle him to the ground and like try to restrain him then.
Okay, go ahead and make your athletics check.
Okay. Okay. Come on. Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to. As soon as you see him, you probably just have your cat reflex, and you like just jump at him.
Yeah.
And yeah, you kind of knock him back, and you're holding onto him.
Okay.
All right, and he is going to. He basically summons a dagger made out of ice into his hand, and is going to try and hit you with it while he is being restrained.
Nice.
That is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
That is going to do 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus 3 cold damage.
Okay.
But he's struggling to get free, so he tries to swing with another hand, but you're holding him down too much.
Okay.
Back to Dewey. You've got him mostly restrained, but he's struggling pretty hard, and is able to get a good hit on you.
I am going to I'm gonna cast Charm Person and see if I can charm him.
Okay. That is a wisdom saving throw he has to make.
Yes.
That's a 17.
Dang it. Yeah, he beats it.
Okay. Nothing happens then. Okay. Is there anything else you're trying to do? You're just gonna try and keep holding on to them?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. He is gonna try and just push you off of him.
Okay.
So you're gonna make a athletics check.
That is a 16.
Okay, he rolled natural 1, so he's
Oh, great.
just got his cat on him. He can't get it off.
I would still be like screaming, help, help, like the whole time, just by the way.
All right, and Dewey's up.
Okay. God, I just don't, can I like quickly look around? Like, is there a curtain tie or something? Like, I don't have any rope. I'm trying to like restrain him. Is there anything that I can like maybe like do a quick look around and see if there's anything I can use to like help me like
there's a couple chairs in here. There might be like a carpet.
I think I just might try.
You see, there's a stairway going up. There's another room with a door off to the side. You haven't seen in that room yet.
Okay. I'm gonna try to charm him again.
Okay. He's gonna make a wisdom save.
See if it works this time.
Is a 17.
Dang it. I'm still screaming loudly for help. Thief. Thief, help.
All right. He's gonna try, since he couldn't get you off of him. He's just gonna try his dagger again because that worked before.
Yeah, It did work.
That's another natural 1.
Nice.
I'm rolling low for him tonight. Well, except on that save.
Good.
But
Good.
he can't. You're really messing with him. He can't. Can't
I'm
get
like-
this cat off of him.
I'm like, I've got him like clawed. Like I think my claws are like in him, like holding him down, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear from outside, someone goes, What's going on in there?
And I'm screaming, thief, thief, help, help, someone help me. I've got him pinned down, help.
So you hear someone coming from outside. You hear footsteps. And it's Dewey's turn.
Can I turn around and see?
I think at this point you can't see out the door
Okay.
and continue what you're doing. You're focused.
Okay. I guess the best I can do is just try to charm him again, because I'm not trying to like hurt him, but because I think we would want him alive no matter what. So yeah, I'm gonna try to charm him again. Maybe 3rd time's the charm.
Ah. All right. Wisdom save. That's a 10.
He's charmed.
All right.
He now thinks of me as a friendly acquaintance.
Well, your spell succeeds, and you feel like that success.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't seem to treat you any different. He's still fighting you and trying to get you off of him.
Why do I always succeed at charms on people that are uncharmable? I'm kind of getting really annoyed with this. Of course he's uncharmable. So sleep wouldn't work either. Would I have like the arcanic knowledge to know that if that didn't work, it wouldn't work?
They're different things, so they're not always. They're 2 different things.
It's interesting because sleep mentioned creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected, but charmed person doesn't actually say anything about you can be immune to being charmed. Okay. I keep just trying to hold him down then and hope whoever is coming up is a helpful being.
Okay, he's gonna try to ice dagger again.
I can't hear you, Susanna, if you're talking. Sorry.
I mean, Earl's not here, so. That's pretty high. It's a 24 to hit.
No, not at all.
So that's 6 piercing damage plus 6 cold damage.
Oh, okay. So I'm unconscious then.
Ah, okay. So you're no longer restraining him, so he can attack you again.
Great. Really hoping this person is really helpful.
So that's. I don't think. Is it an automatic roll if it's a melee attack while you're down? Or is it's just with advantage? So that's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
So that's 5 plus 5. So that's 10 damage. So 10 isn't more than your maximum, right?
No.
Okay. But that automatically counts as a crit and makes you fail 2 death saving throws.
Oh, great.
Oh dear.
And from there, okay, so So just so you guys know, you guys are sleeping in this house up here. If you see that ping on my map, zoom into it, and this is all happening down here at this house. So I think this is probably about the time Earl is waking up, but that far away, I don't think you're hearing Dewey's screams for help. But the people in these houses right nearby definitely have heard, and at least one person is on their way to hear what's going on. But at this point, there's no conscious player in that area, so you don't know what's happening now. So, Dewey, I'm going to have you make a death saving throw.
Okay. 17.
Okay, that is one success.
It's really funny because I was thinking about healing myself, but then I was like, he won't take 12 in one. Probably not. I'm okay. I'll try to charm him again.
All right, can everyone hear again?
Yep.
All right. All right, Dewey, let's make another death saving throw.
God, is this just me doing this right now? Okay. 13.
Okay, you have 2 successes and 2 failures.
Am I doing my third one?
All right, we're doing one more. This is could be Dewey's last roll.
No. Don't curse me like that. 15.
All right. Dewey is stable but unconscious. Everyone else is asleep. Earl, you're just waking up. You don't know any of this has happened. You don't you don't even really kind of know what time it is. You just had a weird dream.
Dewey has some really loud vocal cords, so like, I echoed through the town. It was like the loudest vibrato that I could.
Earl does have very good perception. So Earl, make a perception.
All right, good. Or sorry, wrong dice. 22.
You hear something from outside.
Great. If I go outside,
But you can look in the room and see that I'm not here.
if I go outside, do I still hear something? Does it get stronger?
I'll say yeah. So if you could have woken up and just heard some shouting, that went on for what, like 3-4 rounds.
Yeah.
So
or even before that. I started yelling like before.
Yeah. So there was at least half a minute of Dewey screaming. So you can, if you come out, you recognize the sound of a distressed Dewey.
Okay, so I recognize it's Dewey. Okay, good. Okay, good. And I'm
There's a little bit of a cat screech in there that's just unmistakable.
I'm like, oh boy. So I run inside and I wake up my 2 compatriots.
What's going on?
Jack, do you hear the screeching? And like, I'm not really asking you, like, I'm asking you this as I'm kind of like trying to drag you by the turtle shell at this point. Like, we gotta go.
Okay, I sleepily pick up my glaive.
Okay, so I'm trying to drag like Jack.
I'm leaving.
The glaive is like dragging along.
I'm leaving a trail of socks. We go out the door.
Jesse, come on, gotta go.
Yeah, I'm just following the trail of socks. Still rubbing my eyes.
I want to make Jack and Kashezi roll a Constitution save because you did not get a long rest yet.
Okay. Nope.
And if you're doing that, for both of y'all, I'll give you where's my buff? Sorry, I've got to refresh.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, you're both fine. You don't have exhaustion, but you
16.
haven't gotten a long rest yet.
Okay.
I think I was okay. I think I was already rested. I hope I didn't hit the button prematurely.
I don't think too much happened. You used one divine sense.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that might have been it for the day.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I got. That still. Okay. Let's go. Running to find Dewey.
Go, 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 go.
So yeah, you kind of start running in that direction, and the noises stop.
Do we see any motion in the street? Any neighbors looking?
You do see a few people coming out and heading into this one house.
Then I'd say we're running towards the house at this point.
Yeah. And you get there and you see a man kind of like sitting over Dewey. Dewey does not seem to be moving.
All right.
Do we recognize who this man is?
He's one of the people from the town. His name, you met him earlier, his name was Julian.
I think the first thing would be to grab him and pin him against the wall and ask him what's going on.
So that's very abrasive. This man sees this giant turtle man coming in, and you like knock him against the wall and hold him down and ask him like, "What's going on?" Right?
Yep. Basically.
I'm trying to help. She said there was a thief, and then she's unconscious. I was trying to see if I could help.
Earl, do you have healing?
Last game I did, but I switched spells, so no, I do not.
Oh. I guess I'll leave her there with you for a second and go like search the rest of the house and see if I can like see if the guy's left yet.
I'll be like, Jack, heal.
Okay. Okay, I'll run over and heal.
Okay, you're doing lay on hands.
Yep.
How many hit points are you using?
I'll just do all 15.
Okay. Dewey, you wake up with 15 hit points.
Yay.
Dewey, you okay? What happened?
It was Sefik. Is he here? Where is he? I had him.
Which way did he go?
I don't know. He stabbed me with a freaking ice knife.
I gotta ask the guy. Did he see like where he ran? Did he see anybody run out the front?
No one else saw anyone else. They came inside and Dewey was just alone on the floor.
I'd go check the rest of the house and see back doors open. Any other like how big is this house?
This is one of the larger houses in town. It's 2 floors. But yeah, so you do like a thorough like looking around. Like no one's currently living here, but it's still like it was occupied as of a few days ago. So there's still kind of odds and ends laying about that haven't been picked up. But you do like a thorough like manhunt. There's no one else in the house.
Do I see any tracks out the back door in the snow?
Make a survival check.
13.
So you kind of look around and no, the only ones you see are from the other neighbors from nearby. There are some tracks coming in from this house heading to here. This is where Joel lives.
All right, then I'll go back with the others.
Is he not here?
I didn't see anything.
I wonder if he might have just gone back to the camp. I don't know what he was looking for here. He broke in. I watched him break into the house, and I tried to stop him.
Is there anything significant about this house? Why he would break in here?
I mean, it's the speaker's old place. Can we ask Joel, like, is there anything in here that would be worth stealing?
Possibly. I don't know that anyone has been in here since we lost Speaker Reelsbarrow.
Can I look around to see if anything looks like it's been disturbed?
I mean, Jack did a pretty thorough disturbance.
He just disturbed. Okay.
Kind of storming through.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't really know what was here to begin with.
That's.
It looks like it was once a cozy home. Kind of a large place for a single person, it seems. But from what you have heard, he was a large man in his own right. So having extra space kind of makes sense.
The speaker was murdered, right?
Yeah. Everyone, there were eyewitnesses saw that Verbeeg murdered him.
There was some kind of evidence in here before.
No. Is there a desk or anything that like might have some papers or something? Try to see if we can figure out what.
If you search around, do eventually, there are some correspondence with some of the other towns. It's kind of the usual kind of bureaucratic 10-town stuff. People arguing over fishing lanes and trade deals and stuff that you'd expect to find in the speaker's house.
Is there like a secret panel under the fireplace mantle or
Make an investigation check.
something like that? That's 21.
Yeah, you've kind of looked up and down this house. You don't find any architectural anomalies, I'll say.
What was he doing? Why was he breaking into an empty house?
Can I roll insight check? Or somebody roll insight check maybe to see why?
I mean,
I don't know.
I got a 9, so I'm not very thoughtful about it. I've been staying up in the cold and just came back from bed.
18 plus 3, 21.
21. Don't really have a ton of information to go off of.
Or
Just,
gosh, the guy's name. It's Sven.
Sefik?
Sefik. Oh my gosh, not even close. Sefik. Okay. I'm the only one whom he hasn't seen yet. So could I go trail him, and he not recognize me?
You think potentially, but you're not sure where he went.
Right, but could I maybe go towards the Torg area and see if he's gone back that way?
Sure. And yeah, by this time, there's a couple other neighbors here have joined in helping you like search and look around. Yeah, they never saw Sefik, and they didn't see him leave, so they're not able to help much either. But they'll help you look around the house. They're also kind of at a loss as to if anything was taken or disturbed or what they might have been after.
Yeah.
And there are other things that you do see of value. There's maybe like artwork or like fine silverware or something. There's probably like knickknacks and stuff that could have had value that weren't taken.
I don't know how much time he had to take though. Like I don't know when I got knocked out to when someone came in to, you know what I mean? I don't know how long that was. If he even had time or if he just ran because Joel was coming, you know?
Yeah.
I heard someone coming. I heard someone coming when I was still conscious, so I don't think he would have had much time.
Okay. So Earl, you which way do you go when you head back?
Would I know? Like, I would know the direction of where the Torgs like tents are. Correct?
Yeah, you're kind of on the opposite end of town from that. So you can either kind of turn left and go back up the way you came, or turn right and go past the meat hall.
I would say if you're going, I would say that because I was trailing him and I got almost killed, you know, by myself. I would say we should follow from far away, or at least be close.
Yeah, I would say you all follow from a distance, but like I'm kind of going a little bit quicker. Of the two ways, I'm going to go the way that's less public, thinking that he's not going to want to go towards like a meat hall.
Okay. Oh, that could be either way, because the one way has more houses on it, but everyone's asleep. The other way has the meat hall and the fish hall, but again, everyone's asleep.
All right, then in that case,
it's likely that more people are in their homes at this time of night.
All right, so in that case, I'll go towards the direction of the meat hall.
Okay. And walking through, you probably see there's lights on in these two buildings. They probably heard the commotion. But yeah, if you're looking around trying to find someone else walking out on the street, you don't see them. And there's plenty of tracks along the path because it's like basically the whole town gathered over here just a few hours ago. So yeah, picking out one person's tracks isn't going to get you very far. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm still kind of generally looking to see if I see a guy wearing a vest, and only a vest.
Okay, yeah, make another perception check as you go.
Perception?
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Yeah, you don't see anyone else on the street.
Okay.
If your adventuring buddies are following you, you see them a ways back. Yep.
All right. I would want to go towards where the Torx tents are to see if I see like commotion there or anything unusual.
Yeah, but when you get up there, yeah, on this end of town, no one has their lights on. And everything seems calm.
I like to walk up towards the tents, trying to make it pass off like, hey, maybe, you know, I'm here like it's an early farmer's market instead, but trying to peruse look under the flap tents and stuff.
Yeah, everything is kind of locked down for the night.
Okay.
All of all the crates that were set up with supplies have been taken down. So yeah, if you look up under there, there's just basically empty space.
Okay.
They haven't taken the tent down yet, but they're not leaving their stuff out overnight unprotected.
Okay. Rats.
Can I say to my teammates that us falling behind? Does this mean that we have to have a change of plans now? Like maybe we should go to Dugan's hole before the caravan. Kind of up on Sepik here. I don't think just staying good and following them or waiting on them is going to do us any good anymore.
Unless what happened tonight would change their plans and they don't go to Dugan's hole.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is here.
Say anything. Did he say anything to you?
No.
Was it like you just attack him, or he was just breaking in?
Well, I saw him breaking in, and I didn't know this was this house, that no one was in here, and I was a little worried that he was going to kill somebody. So I tried to get him to stop and not really have a confrontation. And then he attacked me. So I tried to just pin him down until someone could help, but
Was he trying to hide what he was doing? Or was he trying to be subtle when he was sneaking in? Was he...
he just ignored me and just went right in. Like, didn't care that I was like calling out and bringing attention to him.
So he only acknowledged you when the fight happened, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah.
It's almost like he wanted to be caught, in a sense, or he didn't care if he was caught. And yet he hides. That's really odd.
Either he knows he's protected by Oriel, right? And that it doesn't matter. Or maybe he was even under a trance of hers. And that's why he maybe wasn't, responsive to me, or like...
Did he happen to have a medallion on him?
The times that you saw him, you did not notice that, and Dewey doesn't remember seeing a medallion.
Was there anything unusual? Okay, so obviously, beyond the fact that he's not wearing winter clothes, was there anything unusual from like a trance perspective, like from like the people with the medallions a couple games ago? Say like his eye color looks super unusual in that color. Could we do like a insight or arcana check into that?
Even without rolling, you know that's it. He looks strange,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think you know anything more about it.
Okay.
He made some ice weapons from scratch.
Yeah. Ice knife was really painful and cold.
Yeah.
We do know that from meeting a woman in the tavern that Sepik is the only one among the tourists who's actually working for Oriel, right?
That was the suspicion, yes.
Okay. Knowing that what we know from the woman in the tavern, maybe they may still be on course to Dugan's Hole. Maybe be the only one we're after among the tourists. So I doubt that Torga would know anything in regards to what he's possibly doing.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that they would, if he's acting on his own, like they wouldn't attack me or be
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm kind of leaning towards going to Dugan's Hole before them.
I mean, if we do that, we need to would go now, I think.
It's true.
Because they're leaving in the quote morning, which, what is it, 5 or something? I could see them leaving in the next couple hours.
You also know that they have dog sleds and you're just walking.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. So that would mean we need to leave now. And
Yeah.
Or take their dog sleds.
Oh, God.
I thought I didn't want to say it.
And have the goats pull.
Yeah, we'll just replace all your dogs with sheep.
Yeah, we're only stealing the sled. We didn't steal the dogs. So we're not heartless.
well, you can always bargain for the dog sled.
Maybe.
We all know how that went.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any. I don't think Jack's doing any more bargaining with her.
Oh, do you want to try to beat him to the hole?
Yeah, I
Or
think
what?
Just from what you guys know about just the geography of the land, you haven't been to Dugan's Hole, but actually, yeah. So if you left soon, you might be able to get there like just before then. It'll probably take a couple hours to walk there. But if they are on dog sled, it'll take them like less than an hour to get there. So just depending on how much delay there is between you leaving when they leave, you probably be getting there almost about the same time, actually.
That what we want to do?
Yeah, I think so. Would we get there a little faster if we were like speed walking or sprinting?
You could try to go at a faster pace, and what you'd do is you would lose any chance of like stealth or any like perception of things along the way, and you risk getting an exhaustion.
Oh.
But you can walk at a fast pace, which would get you there in about 90 minutes.
Let's just cut their dogs loose and go.
Sabotage them.
Dewey knows that their dogs are sleeping in the tents with them.
Is there? Well, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, well, can we like take a screw loose from a sled or something? You know, it's like the equivalent of like poking someone's tire.
Have actual tires. Just take the nuts holding them off. On off. I mean, we can start walking, and if they come up behind us, we'll just like, you know, slip into the brush there while they let them pass. I'm gonna set up shop in the town.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say let's go ahead and do it. I don't know how much of a difference getting there ahead of them is going to make.
Okay.
Because depending on the thing, I mean,
I just don't think
might
that
not
we're
even-
gonna see. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Sephic anymore after that.
he might not even go with them there. You know.
I mean, we could stay in Goodmead for the morning, and maybe like me in particular, I can like
Watch to see who's going.
watch to see who's going because
Yeah.
they.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, y'all can peruse the town and maybe talk up our reluctant speaker lead person. Get her write up a campaign slogan.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing?
The only thing I'm just thinking is what if Sephic travels on his own to Dugan's Hole to meet up with them? You know, like what if if he's not at the camp right now, where else is he? You know? So maybe he's gone ahead down there and is thinking that he'll meet up and get all his stuff later. So maybe we do need to go down that way. I don't know.
Making a lot of assumptions here, but like the one thing is if we watch and if we watch the caravan now, we'll at least have an idea of is there suspicion among like the caravan of, hey, something happened, something went wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not going to know that unless we stay behind and like watch for the reactions.
I mean, I'm wondering if we approach what's her name, the lady, and say, "Hey, I witnessed one of your employees breaking into a house last night. Why do you think that would be? What do you know about him?"
Do you trust her?
Yeah, I don't know. But
she's terrible.
if she's a business person, I don't think that she wants the reputation that her people are thieving from the town. I mean, the townspeople all, like, you know, at least the people close by, they all heard me scream about theft and say that it was Sephic with the Torques.
And for all we know, she could be turning a blind eye because maybe he's like good muscle or something. I feel like this can go wrong pretty quick.
Or they could be selling goods that are stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he could be hawking stolen goods, and that's why they're able to sell as well as they are. Like, I think we should trail him. I don't think we should confront her.
Well, the next morning we could just see if he's joined up with them or not, at the very least.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me thinks that she seemed just like a basic businesswoman. Like, could I do some insight check into like when we were talking with her, like, did she feel like some very like deceptive, swarmy type of a person, or did she just feel like your basic like merchant, like just
make an insight check,
make some money, you know, but not trying to necessarily be underhanded with stuff? That is a 17.
There were certain things she was definitely guarded with, but that's also just a salesman tactic. You don't want to like show your hand.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep that bargaining power. So it's hard to read. Kind of the if you had just like if this was your only interaction and Lynn hadn't said how awful she was, you probably wouldn't suspect anything.
Yeah.
I think we should watch and observe, and if something looks a little sketchy, maybe later in Dugan Hole, we one of us can go to her and ask. But I think for right now, we shouldn't do that because we don't know her reaction.
Okay.
I'm fine with that idea.
I mean, I'm also not afraid of her reaction, like in the middle of town and like with people around. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're calling her out. Like, it's a public call out. If I did anything, it would be like in public, not like one-on-one where she could like attack me. You know? I don't know. I don't think she would want that kind of reputation in town, but
I don't know.
Word can travel fast. Like, we can threaten her. Like, everybody's going to know that you're a bunch of thieves, and no one's going to do business with you.
Couldn't that flip on the other way around, though? That, say we threaten one of her employees, we have no proof of it, and then she starts, like, blacklisting us to, like, other traders throughout 10 towns. Like, if she gets ticked off enough at us and doesn't believe us.
True. I mean, I guess no one did see him, but they saw me like dead. Like, I didn't like die of my own accord. So,
but we basically have no proof that he did it from her perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we can go to her unless we had definitive proof that it was him.
So where are you guys having this conversation? Because Earl went to check on their tent and everything seemed calm, and then kind of like you guys regrouped. Where did you go?
I'd say to Mead Hall.
I would want to go back to
the house.
lay down. I almost died and I didn't sleep at all. So I'm at least getting a little short rest or something.
Take Dewey back to the house.
Hey, Jack, did you get my coffee?
So I'm imagining you guys are kind of had this conversation on the street as you were like walking back to the house. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you kind of just slowly meander back. So you're about there, about to turn in, but you all notice there's something up in the sky. It looks like a shooting star. It's to the south, and it just this bright thing zooms through the sky and seems to land in the mountains.
Oh dear.
Is that the
Yes.
ship, the Dream?
Yeah.
Jack makes a wish.
Girl, did
There's too many things going on. I want a nap.
Girl, did you ever relay that information about the?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember Earl said he said the whole thing.
Okay.
At least to me. I
Yeah.
remember we had a talk about it because I was asking you everything about planets and everything. Seriously though, Dewey's mentally over it.
Yeah, let's go back and get something to eat.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Earl, Dewey, I need a pen and paper. I had another dream. I want to write it down. Give it to Campbell.
Okay. I'll hand you a pen and paper, and I'm gonna I know we don't have time to take a long rest, but Dewey's gonna lay in a comfy chair and kind of curl up in a kitty ball and try to close her eyes and have a little short rest.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm gonna try to recover.
Yeah, you can spend some
Okay, got it.
rest.
Yeah. How much do I need?
And I would say, meanwhile, I'm writing down the dream I had about the giants, the fact that it became summer. I would ask Candlekeep, mention the shooting star again, see if they can research some of the mythology on that and come back with us.
Yeah, so far on the responses you got back, they didn't address anything you said about Celestian or the Illithid ship or anything.
But I figured I'd also add in the dream I just had.
Yeah, okay.
I want to poke the fire and ask Turtle about her snake and dinosaur decorations.
Okay. Girdle isn't up yet.
I was gonna say,
Winning.
what time is it?
Probably 5 a.m.
Yeah, by the time you get back, yeah, it's probably 5:30. So it's most people haven't quite started their day yet.
Okay, I'll do a little sketch of them.
But if you were curious about that, if you talked to any of the people from the town last night, let me see if I have that information real quick. Nope, it just tells me that there are various dwellings have carvings of dinosaurs and serpents. Oh, it's because of where the ancestors of the ancestors of the ancestors, the people who founded the town, where they came from. Something that the mythology they brought with them.
Any turtle carvings?
Nope, we got serpents and dinosaurs.
Warning.
Okay, right there. It's the very first sentence on the Good Meat page. founded by immigrants from Chult and the Vihan Reach.
Oh, wow. That's very far away.
Yeah.
Wow. Why in the world? Why would people from Chult come up here? They wouldn't like immediately die from like not being used to the cold?
It wasn't always cold, right?
It wasn't always eternal winter, but the winters up here are pretty bad. But you've experienced that in basically fantasy August and September. It's winter. So
I mean, it's the equivalent of someone from Jamaica moving to Alaska. Like, as far as
yeah.
weather and climate conditions.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, well, even plenty of the people you've met up in 10 towns since you've been here haven't always lived here. They're not from here. A lot of people have come here for one reason or another. So. All right, so yeah, if we want to basically have a short rest there, we can call that a night.
All right.
Yay, almost died.
That was close. Yeah, when the enemies keep attacking after you're down, that's pretty brutal. Luckily, only did it once. All right, that's our game for the night. Thanks everyone who's been watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. So the other thing I'll throw in, you guys can all level 4.
Yay!